Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is Module 2 of our training, Sustainability Reporting for Leaders, Managers, and Directors. In our first module, we explored why sustainability reporting has become so essential. We ended by noting that today's business environment is the era of mandatory reporting and accountability, where companies are expected to measure, manage, and transparently communicate their ESG performance. We also emphasize the costs involved in becoming more sustainable and preparing a sustainability report, as well as the costs involved in not becoming more sustainable and not preparing a sustainability report, to further emphasize why you need to report. Now, in Module 2, we'll dive into what that transparent communication actually contains. The term sustainability, or ESG, covers a vast range of topics. Stakeholders today, from investors and regulators to customers and employees, might ask a wide range of questions about your business. Now, let's take the time to go through some typical questions you might have to respond to. For example, under the environmental pillar, they might ask, what are your total greenhouse gas emissions across scopes 1, 2, and 3? And what are your reduction targets? How much energy do you consume? And what percentage comes from renewable sources? How do you manage water consumption, especially in water-stressed regions? What is your strategy for managing waste? And what are your recycling rates? What are your impacts on biodiversity and local ecosystems, particularly in sensitive areas? How do you manage and prevent pollution of air, water, and soil from your operations? Are your products and packaging designed for circularity, for example, for reusability and recyclability? What are the financial risks to your business from climate change? Is your climate transition plan aligned with the goals of the Paris Agreement? What are your policies on preventing deforestation in your supply chain? Under the social pillar, questions could include, what is your gender pay gap? And what is the diversity breakdown of your leadership and workforce? How do you ensure the health and safety of your employees? And what are your accident rates? What is your process for managing labor practices and human rights in your supply chain? Do you have policies to prevent forced labor and child labor across your value chain? How do you engage with and support the local communities where you operate? How much training and skills development do you provide to your employees? What is your employee turnover rate? And how are you working to retain talent? Do you ensure that all your employees are paid an adequate or living wage? How do you protect customer data privacy and security? What channels do you have for stakeholders to raise concerns or grievances? And under governance, you'll face questions such as, how does the management board oversee sustainability strategy and risks? Are sustainability performance metrics linked to executive pay? What are your anti-corruption policies and training programs? What is your approach to corporate lobbying and political influence? How do you integrate sustainability into your enterprise risk management? What is your approach to responsible tax practices? How do you ensure ethical conduct throughout your business relationships? How are stakeholder interests considered in strategic decisions? Who reviews and who approves the final sustainability report? How do you ensure independence and prevent conflicts of interest at the board level? Now, seeing a list like that can be intimidating. You might be thinking, do we really have to report on all of this? The short answer is no. So don't worry. You don't have to respond to all of these questions and to everything. The key is to understand that what you ultimately report on is determined by a structured filtering process. This process depends on two critical factors. The first is the reporting framework you use or are required to follow. As we'll see in the following modules, IFRS, GRI, and ESRS each have different rules and priorities. And second, the results of your materiality analysis. This is the process of identifying which of these many topics are most significant for your specific company and its stakeholders. Crucially, the type of materiality analysis you must conduct, for example, financial materiality analysis or a double materiality analysis, is also dictated by this framework. This is why this module is designed to give you clarity on exactly that. We'll explore the three most influential frameworks, IFRS, ESRS, and GRI. And for each of them, we'll discuss its background, its core approach, and most importantly, how it helps you determine what is material to report. After covering each framework, we'll compare their similarities and differences as well. So by the end of this module, you will understand how to move from that long list of potential questions to a focused, relevant, and compliant sustainability report. Let's start with IFRS.